Good morning, dear children. Today, I would like to take you to the third lesson of your English literature book, which is a poem written by William Henry Davies, which is in short you can say W.H. Davies. The name of the poem is Leisure. First of all, I want to introduce the poet to you all. William Henry Davies has born in Wales in 1871. He was a poor man who has written poems based on his experience of his life. He was died in 1940. Here are the lines given in the poem, couplets wise. This is also called a stanza. The poem Leisure is represented by the poet focusing the problems of the life, that how we have engaged our life in our own problems, and we don't have any time to feel the beauty of the nature which is provided by our Almighty to us. We are very much lucky or lucky enough that we have born as a human being here, and this is the wisest creature on this earth, who has forgotten the purpose of his life, installing himself or herself in the materialistic age, or to fulfill the problems of his own life. It reminds us to take time to appreciate the beauty of nature and to be thankful to God. However, we are too busy with our daily life and worry too much. We forget to watch and admire nature's beauty. This is not the purpose of what we have born here. This is very sad news for us. And the poet has called it a very sad life. If we can't find any time to relax ourselves and to appreciate the nature around us, you can see this figure in which a person is earthed under the burden of life. The second one is burdened under the piles of work in his or her office. And the third one is busy in her households. After looking over these pictures, the imagination occurs in our mind about our own lives, that how much problems are there and how we have installed our lives in our own problems. I would like to explain the meaning of the poem stanza wise. First stanza here: what is this life if full of care? We have no time to stand and stare. The poet wants to convey us that we have forgotten the purpose of our life and we have kept ourselves too much busy in our day-to-day problems of our life. We don't have any time to stand anywhere and to appreciate the beauty of the nature which God has given to us. You can see this picture in which people are standing in the woods and staring the beauty of the nature. Stand and stare. You can imagine the life of our own or the purpose of our life. Stanza number 2, which says, no time to stand beneath the boughs and stare as long as sheep or cows. We have kept our life too much busy that we do not have time to stand under the branches of the trees. Boughs means trees, branches of the trees, and stare as long as sheep or cows. The poet has compared our life with the life of the sheep or cows, who are very much free, standing in the field and staring at the beauty of the life, staring at the beauty of the nature. If you compare the life of these animals, we can find ourselves standing below it. Stand beneath the boughs. Boughs means the branches of the trees. See this figure in which a boy is standing under the branches of the trees and staring the beauty of the nature. But a question raised in our mind that we don't have time in our life to stand for a minute anywhere and can see our surrounding. Sheep and cows. See, have a look over this figure. They are standing in the field gazing into the beauty of the nature. Their lives are far better than us. Stanza number 3. No time to see when woods we pass, where squirrels hide their nuts in grass. Busy people do not see squirrels hide their nuts in grass when they pass through the forest. Squirrels, which represents one of the beauties of our nature. Woods we pass. Now we are residing very far from the woods, and we have destroyed our own nature. We have to walk a far of distance to reach up to the woods. We have cut our woods and so-called developed ourselves, which is not a real development. We are the sufferer of our own creations. See this squirrel who is busy among the beauties of the nature. How this squirrel is hiding or finding the nuts under the grass and in between the deep forest, where we think, if I could be in the deep forest and see the beauty of the forest with our open eyes. But we are not fortunate enough that we can find the time from our own lives to go into that and see the beauty from very close with our wide opened eyes. What does the fourth stanza tell? No time to see in broad daylight, a stream's full of stars like stars and nights. If we imagine the flowing current of any river, we have seen this sound coming out from the flowing current, कल कल छल छल की आवाज़ें, and the bright light dropping over the surface of the water current, which sparkles like a star in the night. The poet has compared that scene with the scene of our dark night. When we look into the sky, we see a number of stars twinkling in the sky, and the same scene has been created by the poet through this line, comparing the river with the stars or the night in the sky. You can see this is a figure which represents the same scene. One side, the sparkling lights on the surface of the water has been given, and on the other side, the twinkling stars at night has shown. This is the real comparison represented by the poet through this poem. Next stanza says, no time to turn at beauty's glance and watch her feet how they can dance. No time to turn at beauty's glance and watch her feet how they can dance. Can the beauty dance? The poet is talking about the beauty of the nature, and the poet is also talking about the scene which is dancing, which gives us a happy life. Nature is personified here as, or compared the beauties to a dancing woman. When a woman glances or dances, she will move parts of her body. When nature changes, it is like a beautiful dancer. Busy people do not have time to admire and change of nature. We are not fortunate enough or lucky enough that we can see the changing beauties of the nature. This has gone very far away from our life, because we have stuck our life in our meaningless problems of our own lives. No time to wait till her mouth can reach that a smile her eyes began. Busy people do not have time to watch the changes in nature. When nature changes, it is like a smile that starts from the eyes and spreads slowly to the mouth. A poor life this is, if full of care, we have no time to stand and stare. And we have forgotten the riches of our surrounding. We have never compared our own riches with the riches found in our surrounding. If we had, then we would understand the real beauty of our life. The poet has said, such type of life, a very poor life, a very sad life, that if we do not have any time to stand under the beauty of the nature or to gaze into the beauties of the nature, why this life is. We have forgotten our real life. So, some poetic devices have been used in this poem, which I will discuss in our next class. Children, I hope now you are able to understand this poem very well, and just write down this poem in your copy and learn it. Listen the explanation, watch the explanation till you do not understand each and everything of this lesson. If you have any problem, ask your doubts, ask your questions through the WhatsApp groups, and I am here with you to solve your problems. Okay? Thank you.